Hello guys, my name is Mubin Abdullah and today I'm going to talk about the new magical app Sketch and the most popular graphics tools you might have heard before, the Adobe Photoshop. So we will go through the features, pros and cons of these two tools. Let me show you the interface of these two tools first. It is a Sketch, a very clean and very user-friendly tool, and in another hand this is the Adobe Photoshop. Let me go through with all of the features one by one. Sketch is basically 100% vector based. It means anything you make in Sketch will not blur on zooming. When you zoom any vector or any sketch file or generated file from Sketch, it will not blur as much as the Photoshop because Photoshop works on pixels. When you zoom anything built in Photoshop, it will get blurry and it's the edges will look very blurred. But the Sketch makes the vector based graphics and it works on points. Basically, it works mathematically, so it will not get blurred. The another most important thing you might first know that the Sketch is basically for Mac. It is not built for Windows yet. Maybe the developers make the Windows version after that or not, but it is currently available for Mac only. But the Photoshop is available for both operating systems. It is available for OS X also, so it is available for Windows also. So this is the first con of Sketch, that it is available for Mac only, Mac users. So you will either have to buy uh, a Mac machine or make your PC into Macintosh if it is compatible to run the OS X. So another uh, feature of this Sketch is it have built-in grids. In grids we can work easily. You know, we can align the shapes and all of the stuff in structure easily. But in Adobe Photoshop, there are no built-in grids. We will have to make these grids for for aligning, for better making the mockups or app designs or anything. We must need the grids. So in Photoshop, you have to make your own grids. And for the Sketch, the another con is that the Sketch doesn't have too much shortcuts, while Photoshop have mostly shortcuts of most of its tools. So we can work too quickly as compared to Sketch for selecting the shapes or tools, like we will have to select the rectangle from here, or just we will have to use any tool from here. But in Photoshop we can use these tools from here, or can just uh, use these shortcuts for these tools. Okay, you can also see the shortcuts of these tools by hovering on it. So if I want to type anything, I will simply press T or click here. You can see the T command in brackets if you hover on this tool. So this is a very good feature for Photoshop, that it have most of the shortcuts for its tools. The another con of Sketch is it have no library, while Adobe Photoshop have uh, library supported by Adobe, a very big community forum from where you can get help. You can actually get the support from Adobe Photoshop also. And uh, another thing in Sketch is it's very hard to use the colors. It's very hard to manage the colors basically. If I make a rectangle, I will have to select the color from here, but I can't remember the color which I oftenly use. But in Photoshop, I can make color swatches. I can have a quick color palette on my right side or on my left side, or uh, from here. Let me show you. If I made a triangle, I can also fill the colors from here, the recently used colors from the color palette or from the swatches. I can either select the color from here also. So Photoshop have too much options in terms of managing the colors. The another important feature of Sketch is it is very fast. Basically, very fast. It works on uh, slow Mac machines too, but Photoshop is very heavy. It works too slowly on the slow machines, slow PCs, and sometimes it didn't work because of not completion of the requirements from that machine. So Sketch is very fast, and it is also very less in size, but Photoshop is more than 1 GB in size. So Sketch is easy to use, easy to uh, load faster, but Photoshop takes time. Another good option in Sketch is we can export all of the all of the shapes or anything we made in Sketch. We can easily export just by selecting that item or that shape or anything which we built in Sketch, and just click on export, and it will give me too much options for exporting, while Photoshop does not give this specific option to export anything one by one. So for that we will either have to duplicate that layer in the new document and crop the transparent area and then save, and it will take a lot of time, but Sketch is very faster in terms of exporting the stuff in that sketch file. uh, One more thing, Sketch have the feature of managing the work in artboards. In artboards we can work very quickly by switching these outputs. Let's suppose uh, on I'm working on many of the screens for an app. So if I want to work on homepage, I will just select that artboard and work on it, and I can quickly switch to another artboard and work on another screen also. But in Photoshop, we will have to uh, we will have to make another document, actually another uh, document, also another layers or groups, but another basically another document to make to work on another UI. So it is very difficult. Here you can see the artboards in Photoshop, in Sketch. This artboard is for button, this artboard is for color scheme, this artboard is for forms, but Photoshop does not um, give us the options to make artboards. Another plus point of Photoshop is its objects, smart objects. In Sketch, we can, make symbols. If I want to make this button multiple times in different sizes and different colors, we can't. Basically, uh, if we will change the color of one button, it will change all of the uh, colors of all of the buttons. But in Photoshop, when we will make a smart object, it will it will work only for that object. If even if I duplicate it as many times, but it will change the specific color of that specific that specific object. Another uh, another feature of Sketches is pricing. You will have to buy it only once for the lifetime, and you will get the update for the lifetime. Its prices $99, and it is, I guess, it is very good to buy at once. But for the Photoshop have the monthly plans. You will have to pay monthly, either uh, no $9 or 19 dollar. You can just browse the pricing plans of Adobe Photoshop. It's basically a pricing plan for Adobe Creative Cloud, because Adobe Creative Cloud includes all of the products of Adobe. So basically, you are not paying for the Adobe Photoshop only. You are paying for all of the other items also. You can see here different pricings. So I guess in terms of pricing, the Sketch is very good because you don't have to pay later. Uh, I guess that's it for the Sketch and Photoshop. But another, let me tell you another thing. Uh, anything anything we made in Sketch, we can just exactly make in uh, you know while converting to HTML. We can make exactly that thing with CSS. Let me show you how. You can see here, you can see the layer, the background of this button. All of these options: shadows, inner shadows, borders, fills, opacity, transform, size, positioning, everything is compatible with CSS. While uh, in Photoshop, uh, we can actually copy the CSS, basic CSS of that item or shape. We can use another third-party tools like CSS Hack, which is an extension to make the CSS of the shapes or the objects, but it is not uh, you know that effective, or it is not uh, good as the Sketch provides. Basically, Photoshop have a lot of actions which can't be done in CSS. You can see bevel, contour, texture, the satin, the gradient overlay like this. But in another hand, the Sketch only provides the options which can be made in CSS. So I have told you many of the pros and cons of the Sketch and Photoshop, and you can decide now what's best for your UI works, your mockups. But I personally prefer Sketch now. I'm a huge fan of Adobe Photoshop too. I am working from last some years in Adobe Photoshop, but this Sketch is awesome. and it is increasing its features day by day. So I will suggest to use Sketch for your works. So that's it for this basic tutorial, this basic introduction about the Sketch and the differences with the Adobe Photoshop. So let's meet in another lecture soon. I will planning to make a complete tutorial on Sketch, how to use it, how to work in Sketch soon. But for now, you can actually uh, see the uh, Sketch tutorial by Adi Purdela on Touch Plus. It is a very good tutorial. The document I have opened in this, it was the project built by Adi Purdela. It is also my teacher, and I am big fan of him. And one more thing, uh, you can see these sites: SketchUp Resources, SketchUp TV, and SketchUp Repo. For the sketch resources, you can find here the UI kits, basically UI kits to make your UI designs and mockups very quickly. You can find the uh, iOS UI kits, you can find the OS X UI kits, you can even find the different operating system UI kits. You can find the UI kits for front-end frameworks like Bootstrap, and you can find a lot of pre-built things which you can use for your inspiration, which you can use for your practice. Yeah, you can see the icons, the UI kits, and many things. All of these things are built in Sketch, and also on SketchUp.tv you can learn the Sketch from these small tutorials. You know, you can browse all of these sources, and most of them are free. So best of luck, guys, if you want to work with Sketch, and we'll meet you soon in our upcoming next video. So this was my first video, and I'm not good as professionals to make the tutorials because it's my first time, and I hope I will increase my skill to make tutorials. So please bear with me and have a good time. Cheers. Bye bye. See you again.